There's a few recipes that I hold close to my chest, and this is one of them. I have been making these date scones now for about 15 years, and I make them at every place I've worked, and people love them. They even write reviews about them. They're that good. And you won't find this recipe on the internet. It was given to me about 15 years ago by this lovely lady named Evelyn, who said to me, if I put these on the menu, people will come back for them. And she was so right. The best thing is that they're quick and they're easy and they taste amazing. They last fresh for a few days. And it's just one of those great recipes that you'll make over and over again. I'm excited to share it with you today. My name's Lee. Welcome to this video. I use ordinary pitted dates that are really cheap to purchase. And all I do is take a date and twist it and then pop it into the bowl. This technique does two things. Firstly, it ensures that there are no hard pips in the scones, because even though they're pitted, I frequently find at least one pip in there. And secondly, the date scones taste so good with big pieces of dates. I have chopped them before, but they're not as good this way. They are much, much better with big pieces of dates in them. I used the whole kilo packet of dates. My little nanny loved a date scone, and every time she went out she would order one, and she would be so disappointed if there was only one or two dates in there. So in her memory, I make sure my scones are packed full of dates. Then I sprinkle over about 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And next, into a sifter over the bowl goes 4 cups of self-raising flour. If you're using plain flour, add 8 teaspoons of baking powder and sift twice. This will ensure the flour and baking powder are thoroughly combined. Now, dates love cold liquid. You'll need fridge cold water, milk and cream. 1 generous cup of cream, 1 generous cup of milk, and 1 generous cup of water go into the bowl. Because I want these to work out for you, I haven't fast forwarded the next couple of minutes. I want to show you exactly how I make them. You'll only need to watch this video once or maybe twice, and I'll leave the recipe in the description of the video. So I mix the ingredients in the bowl just until they're combined. Scones don't like being over mixed, and the mixture should be sticky. If it's a bit dry, add a couple more tablespoons of milk. A few years ago, I took some time off work to study and complete my certificate in training and assessing. And the main thing I took away from that study is, in order to teach properly, firstly you must demonstrate the process, then you make it together, and then you watch that person while they make it by themselves. Unfortunately, YouTube is only one part of that equation. So therefore, please watch this video in its entirety. I dust a generous amount of flour onto my workbench, and then I take the mixture from the bowl and place it on the floured surface. Using my hands, I form the mixture into a high round shape, patting the sides and the top until a lovely high shape is formed. I measured it for you, and it's just under 4 centimeters, which is about 1.5 inches. I line a large tray with a sheet of baking paper. Now, scones love a sharp cut. Today I'm using a steel sugar dispenser with a sharp edge. A tin will also work great, whatever you have available. I like to go in from the sides, therefore I'm not left with a lot of scraggly bits at the end. Sometimes I have to reshape them a little with my hands. You don't have to make them this big, they're super filling. Mike takes one for morning tea and he takes one for lunch to work, and it does him the whole day. But you can make them smaller. Just reduce the time by a couple of minutes. I'm usually left with a small scone at the end, which is perfect for tasting, and today I ended up with 12 large scones. I place all the scones on the tray, and it's important that they touch each other. This ensures a nice rise when baking. Forget egg or milk wash. What makes these scones so good is that I take some cream and I generously pour it all over the top of the scones. I accidentally bought single cream, but it still works. The cream makes the scones luxurious and delicious. Please don't skip this step. Scones love a hot oven. So I have my oven preheated to 200 degrees Celsius fan forced, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit. These large scones will take about 23 minutes. If your scones are smaller, reduce the cooking time to 20 minutes. You don't want to overcook them. They'll continue cooking for a couple of minutes when you take them out of the oven. 23 minutes later, I remove the scones from the oven. I let them cool for a few minutes, then transfer them to a wire rack. I serve these scones with butter and jam at work, but honestly, some salted butter slathered over the top is all you need. Mike demolished 2 big scones as soon as I finished buttering them. He loves them, and he wasn't hungry until dinner time. And I have a recipe for a plain scone which is equally delicious. It's not a lemonade cream scone, it doesn't use butter, but it's the best recipe I've ever tried for a plain scone, and they stay fresh for days. I'll post that shortly. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you'll try this recipe. It's a winner. See you again soon.